Hello, and welcome to DWM Magazine's coverage of Fensterbau Frontale 2014. I am so excited to be covering this show personally for the very first time. We'll be bringing you 4 days of video coverage here from Nuremberg. And if you've never been here for this event, let me give you a taste of what it's like. And taste may be just the right word. As you can see behind me at Vecca, many of these booths are more like restaurants or cafes, with attendees gathering to talk business and suppliers making them feel welcome. In fact, when Fensterbau ends for the day, that's when things often start heating up, with many exhibitors hosting events at their booths on the show floor. Before I came here to Germany, one exhibitor told me to be prepared, that US shows pale in comparison to that of Fensterbau, and he wasn't kidding. The show encompasses 8 halls, and organizers say they expect 100,000 attendees and 800 exhibitors. It's a good thing I brought my comfortable shoes, so let's get started. At the Renault booth, the company was showing the cleanability of its materials on residential windows, with demonstrations being held throughout the day. At Inline Fiberglass, the company was exhibiting here for the very first time, and they told us that fiberglass is a relatively unknown material in Europe, so this presents many opportunities for them. Finally, we spoke to Techniform, who told us about their various products and solutions.
One of the biggest new products that we have here are our biostrips. So they're very similar to our standard polyamide strips. However, they're more green, and they're actually made from castor oil. So it's something that's relevant in the European market, and something that we'll bring to the North American market very soon.
Well, we're always working with our international colleagues on coming up with new warm edge spacer technology, and in the third quarter, we're going to be releasing our Spacer M, which is a new geometry to our current wave spacer.
We also talked to industry exhibitors about what they expect for this year's show.
I think the Fensterbau is unique in the fact that it's so much more international. We work the typical shows in North America, and they're good for us. We have a lot of interest there, but here you get to see what's happening in some of the other markets. Like for example, in our booth we have my colleagues from Italy and from Spain and from all these other countries, and they come together and talk about the trends that they see, and I can take some of that back to my customers. And this year we expect to have a little bit better North American turnout than we have the past couple of years, mainly based on the fact that there's been an upturn in the industry in the past couple of years. There's been a lot more activity, a lot more sales, and so we're seeing a lot more positive attitude, which I think will bring more North American visitors here. I spoke to several of the usual customers that come every time, but in addition to that, we've got some first-timers that I'm looking for over the next couple days.
The booth traffic, we think this week will be very strong, partly because of the movement of codes and standards in different global markets, partly because the industry is coming back from some economic downturns, and partly because people are looking very intently for development partners to help them develop the next generation high-performance solutions.
Finally, we caught up with the president of DWM North America, who, like me, was at the event for the first time.
Fensterbau is only every 2 years, and that means that probably people are spending a lot more money because it's only every 2 years, and it shows that the big, especially the German companies, really have big booths and are at the forefront of the whole show. It's more formal than in the US in a lot of things. You see a lot more ties. What are the new things we clearly see? Obviously, if you compare to the US, profiles are twice as big as in the US, so that's clear. It's definitely clear. You also see that colors is even more important. We saw that already in the US, that last year colors became more important in the US, and in Europe it was already important. Certain markets already present 30-40% is colors, and it's even more outspoken this time.
That wraps up our Day 1 coverage here from Germany. I'm now going to hit one of those after parties. Be sure to stay tuned to DWMmag.com for all the news from the show. We'll see you back here tomorrow.